Hi everyone, my name's Timmy, and welcome to episode 5 of Cardano Ecosystem News. Today's Friday, and that means it's time for our Friday Cardano NFT Deep Dive. We like to spend Fridays talking all about the cool NFT and metaverse news happening in the Cardano ecosystem. And we're going to start with our feature story from one of the channel's favorite projects, Pavia. Now, there's been tons of updates from the Pavia team over the last few days, and we think we have good information around when the second land sale is going to occur. This is your chance to get some land, to get some metaverse real estate on a very hot metaverse project on the Cardano blockchain. From there, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to share 3 tools with you. The first one is NextCNFT.com, and it's very similar to our second one, WenCNFT.com. Both of these will tell you about all the upcoming NFT drops so that you can get prepared and not miss any project launches. We're also going to show you Tokhun.io. Well, I'm not sure if it's Tokhun or Tokhun. I kind of like Tokhun. So we're going to show you this marketplace. It seems like it's maybe a curated marketplace or whatever it is, just a very visually beautiful marketplace. Really amazing NFT art pieces at Tokhun.io. We're going to walk you through it. After that, we're going to show you a project I found today on NextCNFT.com. It's called Handz. Now, this is a really cool project that has NFT card collectibles that you use to play rock, paper, scissors games, and you can earn money doing so. They're going to have a tournament where all of the proceeds, or a portion of the proceeds from the NFT sale, will be put into a prize pool, and you can play rock, paper, scissors with your cards to earn rewards and ADA. Very cool project, very creative tokenomics and mechanics with their game. I'll walk you through it. It's called Handz. And then the final project I'm going to share with you today is Worlds Within. And this project is really unique. You can actually purchase an NFT, which is an entire 3D world. You can load the world up in your web browser or on your virtual reality headset like an Oculus Quest, and you can walk through your own customized world. I'll walk through a couple on the program. We'll load up another trailer that shows you some other sample worlds, and you can just walk in them forever and ever. Super cool. This is not an NFT of a painting or of an animation. This NFT is your own unique world. We'll talk all about it. Welcome to episode 5. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you on the flip side. And remember to hit subscribe so I stay alive. Our feature story today is from one of the channel's favorite projects. It's called Pavia. Now, Pavia is Cardano's metaverse. It's one of the leading metaverses on Cardano, in my opinion, and it's Cardano's answer to Sandbox and Decentraland. But not in a competitive or antagonistic way. Pavia hopes to build portals for inter-metaverse operability, so you'll be able to move from Pavia to Decentraland and back, to Sandbox and back. What a friendly approach to an open metaverse ecosystem. I love the attitude of the dev team there. Now, in October, the Pavia team sold 29,000 land parcels as NFTs. And these sold out in around 2 days. I was there. I picked up a handful myself. And we've all been waiting. When is the next land sale going to be? How large is this going to be? Where is it going to be on the map? And we're starting to get some details. I'm going to share that with you. And we have an idea of when it's going to happen. And it looks like it's happening very, very soon. But before we do that, I want to bring you up to speed on a ton of updates that the team has had over the last few days. The first thing you can see is, if you remember from before, there used to be these blocky kind of Minecraft-looking characters on the main page. And now you can see these textured 3D avatars, a much more realistic look, almost like a meta-human look. And then you can see a ton of accessories on these avatars. This person over here has a hat. You've got different styles of boots, solid colors on the hoodie here, a decal on this no-sleeves shirt, tank top over here. And I'm just speculating, but you can imagine maybe that these avatars will have rich customization where you can customize their hair, their eyes, certainly maybe their clothes. But you can start to imagine that there might be some kind of a marketplace where you could purchase accessories for your avatar, maybe upgraded boots, maybe an upgraded hat, and maybe there will be different rarities with some of these accessories, golden glasses rims or something like this. And you can also imagine maybe having branded clothing. I just think that this is a sneak preview of what the avatars might look like in game. And we're going to jump to their Twitter page now and take a look if there might be more clues there around the avatars of Pavia. If you jump into their Twitter at Pavia_IO, you'll see the portal at the top as a pinned tweet. I showed you this a couple weeks ago. But the story this week is all about the avatars. Look at how cool these look. I love the diversity in the avatars here. Gender diversity, men, women. There's age diversity here. There's obviously ethnic diversity. I love this forward-looking, kind of equitable approach that the team is having to their 3D avatars, even at such an early stage. Another thing is, on their website, they mentioned, why does it say background characters? This is going to be revealed in more detail next month, but it looks like they might have some kind of background characters, NPC characters, non-player characters in the world. You can imagine maybe having characters that you could walk up to and they might be like a marketplace or a store where you could maybe purchase furniture for your house in Pavia, maybe purchase a car to drive around in Pavia. Who knows? It's pure speculation, but this idea of background or NPC, non-player characters, is really, really, really cool. And there might be a story element to it as well. Maybe these people will get names. I just love the look here. I love that the team is thinking more than just the NFTs. They're truly building a world here with people and characters. It looks amazing. Really really good job, team. On their Twitter page, we also have an update about new land types. New parcel types. And they said, here is one example, trees. And now they describe this as one example. And so we can imagine there could be a lot more parcel types. Maybe there's a forest that you can buy and your whole land parcel will be in a forest and you might want to build some kind of a cottage there. You can imagine a different land parcel type that might be by the river. And so you might want to have a different kind of a river house. Maybe there could be a dock that you could purchase. Different types of terrain. What I love about this is, just like the real world has different rarities with terrain types, as part of geology, you can imagine having different terrain plots in Pavia with different rarities and different value. In the real world, waterside land has high value, or high altitude, like on a mountain, on a hill, land with a view often has high value. So how amazing will it be if they have different rarities of land types and just this really rich real estate system on Pavia? It looks like they're thinking about that. They've also got the tag interoperability here, which might be a clue. I imagine maybe they're thinking of the portals might be around certain different land types. Maybe there'll be a portal land type, which is kind of reserved for the dev team. Just speculating, but already we're getting some clues at what the dev team is thinking here. Another update on their website was this huge announcement of a partnership with CNFT. And what they say is the CNFT engines will power the low-fee on-site marketplace. And so it sounds like they're thinking of having a marketplace right here on Pavia.io. That'll be an easy way to see just the Pavia NFTs without seeing all the other Cardano NFTs. There's thousands and thousands getting minted every week. So having a dedicated area for Pavia on their site to buy and sell and search and integrate into their map will be so nice to see. And it looks like CNFT, one of the leading NFT marketplaces, is going to partner with them on that. Very, very cool. Speaking of maps, though, if you go to their website, you'll see the big blue button, V2 Pavia map. This is the second version of the map, and you'll notice a big change, all this gray area on the sides. This was not there before. And it's also much more zoomed out now. So you can see that they're getting ready for a larger area, the suburbs, as part of the second land sale. And check this out. Remember now, each one of the dots here is a single parcel. And you can see the coordinates on the left. And these 3x3s are what they're called estates. But if I zoom out a bit, you can see that over here in the gray area, you've got a bunch of single parcels over here. And I believe this will be the second land sale. Now, it's not clear if it'll be exactly this shape and exactly these parcels. It looks like it's a bit of a random shape, a bit of a random curve around the edges. It might be. There might be things out here, water or cliffs that we just don't know about. But there's a clue here around maybe how large the second land sale is going to be and where is it going to be in the map. Now, if we go back to their landing page, the roadmap says that the secondary land sale was pulled forward to November 2021. But when exactly? Well, we've heard from the dev team that the second land sale is going to happen mid next week. You heard it here, folks. Sometime mid next week, I'm not sure if that's Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, one of those days, maybe Monday or Friday, but sometime next week, the second land sale will begin. The first land sale happened here at Pavia.io on their website. The way it worked is they had a wallet address here. You would send 39 ADA to that wallet address, and then it would send back an NFT. That NFT was basically your land parcel. So long as you own that NFT in your wallet, then that's your land parcel. They also had it so you could purchase 9 at a time, which is a 3x3. And if you did that, you had a chance of getting an estate. Now, there was a chance you would just get 9 random disconnected parcels, but there was a chance that you would get a 3x3 estate. So that's very interesting. Now, we don't know how they're going to do the second land parcel. All we know is it's happening mid next week, and we have this updated map here with this gray area on the right. I imagine there'll be a bunch of water here continuing from the other water. We just don't know. It could be larger than this gray area. It could be smaller, but this was an update just a few days ago I had to share with the channel. So come back and check this out in a couple of days. I would recommend checking Pavia.io maybe every day just so that you don't miss it. And one last thing. I'd like everyone to go to the Pavia's Twitter and scroll down and find their voting link. Pavia was nominated for the 2021 NFT Awards. I voted for them. I recommend that everyone votes for them. This is an amazing project on Cardano. If you find the tweet, you'll find a link to nftawards.org, and the link is actually /nomination/Pavia, but easier to find it on their Twitter. And you can go in and vote for them in the NFT Awards. Now, these NFT Awards are not just for Cardano. They're for all blockchains. And so if a Cardano project can win or get near the top, how amazing will that be for the Cardano ecosystem? So there you have it. Tons of updates from Pavia this week. I talked about the avatars. I talked about the land parcel types. I talked about the CNFT partnership. We brought up their new map with this gray area around it. And we talked about next week, mid next week, the land sale, the second land sale happening. You don't want to miss it. The first one ended in just 2 or 3 days. It was ended before Monday. It started on a Friday. So definitely keep your eye on this every day next week so you can participate. So switching gears for a minute, we'll come back to individual projects a little bit later. But first, we need to take a break. I want to show you 3 tools that any Cardano NFT lover is going to absolutely love as well. Now, some of you might already know about these tools, so we'll move through them pretty quickly, but I just had to get them on your radar. The first one is NextCNFT.com, and they have a Twitter at NextCNFT, but if you go to their website at NextCNFT.com, you'll be presented a list of all of the NFT drops happening today, all of the NFT project launches happening today. And then you can hit the right arrow button here, and it'll show you all of the launches happening tomorrow. So you can plan for which Cardano projects you want to buy early, get in on early. I was taking a look at Nebula Codex earlier today via this website. How beautiful is that? Generative art. If you click through, you can see a description of the project and a link to the Twitter, the Discord, and the website for that project. On the listing page as well, let's go forward another day, see what's coming out on Sunday. Most valuable Broncos, ADA Vikings donating 50% to UNICEF. You can see the projects coming up, and you can click through to their website, their Discord, or their Twitter right from here. Very nice, very convenient. Another thing too, though, is you can hit left to go back. And so, you can see what was minted yesterday, what was brand newly minted that you might still want to get on before the price skyrockets. Planet YX is a really cool idea. It looks like they're going to try and go for a metaverse combined with a racing game where you can actually play to win and play to earn. You can earn money and earn revenue using this game, Planet YX. Take a look at that. It just launched yesterday. I also discovered MetaTunes. It looked like that also launched yesterday. This is really cool, Lego looking. It looks like all variations of Charles Hoskinson here. The Superman Charles Hoskinson, a Shiba Inu wearing Charles Hoskinson. Very neat, very cool project, but I wouldn't have discovered it if it wasn't for NextCNFT.com. Very, very cool. Corrupt Cupid Society. What's this? Wild, 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 wild. Another tool, a similar tool, is called WenCNFT. And you can visit WenCNFT.com to see their listing. Now, the listings are pretty similar. I noticed a couple different ones, but certainly ADA Future Kids I saw on both listings. This project looks pretty interesting. And then you can see what's dropping this week so that you can prepare in advance. They've got a nice carousel UI here. You can see what's dropping the week after this week to get even further in advance. This Blockland project looks pretty interesting. And then you can see what dropped last week. And so this is pretty important if you want to get in on some of these projects that dropped very recently. Cardano Punks, that could end up being huge. And you can buy the tokens before they start to explode. Music Box, we covered that last week. ADA Clouds as well. So very cool. You can find everything that you need right here. They've also got a calendar view at the top, and they've got instructions on how to get listed. So very interesting. You can select the month on the calendar view and see what happened last month and what's coming up in the future. The third tool I want to show you today is called, I think it's Tokhun. It sounds like it might be Japanese maybe, or maybe just Token. Actually, it's probably just Token and not Tokhun. But it's called Tokhun.io, Tokhun.io. And they just show, it's a marketplace similar to CNFT. They've got 5,278 NFTs on sale right now. But I'm not sure if it's curated or what, but these NFTs all look really, really cool. I Am Not Human 15 has one here from the Pablo Da Vinci project, which looks really, really cool. Lots of animated ones. There's a Power Rangers one. There's something about this website that feels very artistic to me. And so I think you could spend a lot of time on here checking out this marketplace and maybe finding different NFTs and different projects to invest in. So I was browsing NextCNFT.com a little earlier, and I came across this project called Handz. You can find it on NextCNFT, and it looks like they're launching on Thursday, November 25th. Now, that's UTC time, so if you're living in America or somewhere in North America, Central America, South America, this might be November 24th. So be careful. It might be in the evening of the 24th. But if you check it out on NextCNFT.com, you can hit the globe and go right to their website. I want to walk you through this project. There's some really cool mechanics happening with this Handz project. So it's actually a game. You're going to be able to buy these collectible cards and use them in a game. But check this out. This fist here is actually a rock. And you're going to be able to, if you're able to collect a rock or a paper or a scissors, you're going to be able to use those cards for a game. So only those 3 cards can be used for the rock, paper, scissors game. And there's actually going to be a prize pool. They've got a tokenomics section down here, and a certain percentage of all of the money they generate from selling the cards will be put into a tournament prize pool. And you can play the tournament using these rock, paper, scissors cards. So there's a bit of chance to it. So there's no need to stress and do all kinds of complicated homework. If you get a rock and a paper and a scissors, you can play and have a really powerful tournament. You'll be able to do any of the hand actions you want. But in addition, there's going to be tons of other hand gestures. Like, I think this is the I love you sign, or it's like the rock on sign. I guess judging by the bracelet here, maybe it's rock on. I'm not sure. There's a peace sign here. And there's going to be the opportunity for these alternative hand signs to be combined. So neither of these two are a rock, paper, or a scissors, but there's going to be secret combinations where you can take 2, combine them into 1, and make almost like a super collectible that's even super, super rare. But the other thing is, a lot of people are going to be combining these base ones, which will increase the rarity of those as well. So there's all kinds of interesting kind of tokenomics and collectible mechanics that are going to happen with these cards. I love the idea that you're going to be able to actually earn and generate revenue by playing rock, paper, scissors, which is just kind of a fun, simple thing I could imagine you doing on an evening. There's going to be different series. There's going to be classic, future, horror, and double. No idea what double is going to be. Is that 2 hands and 4 hands? Unreal. Super excited to learn more. And I think the team is like being pretty reasonable. 1% for the artist. It's super important that they get rewarded. 5% of the supply kept by the team. 1% to dedicated promotion. So, I mean, if you add it up, it looks like 9%. Only 9% is kind of in reserve. One of those percent is actually for the floor buyback program. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but that sounds like a stock buyback program. If they see the price of these collectibles getting pretty low, they can go into the marketplace and start buying them up, increasing the price and potentially adding them to a future mint or maybe burning them. They've got their roadmap up here, and the classic collection is dropping in Q4. That means I think this is the one next week. From there, in Q1 of next year, January, February, March, we're going to get the rock, paper, scissors game actually launched. And a new collection, the future collection of cards. From there, a combinator launch. So it sounds like this is the ability to combine 2 cards together. And that's when they're going to drop the double collection and then the horror collection. I just think it's really interesting. It's a really creative idea, really interesting, simple game, nothing too complicated, and you can earn money, right? You play with the rock and the scissors, and you earn ADA, which is shown by the Cardano icon here. So very, very cool. It looks like there's going to be a 20% probability that you'll get a rock, paper, and scissors. And so if you buy just a few of these, you should be able to get all three of them pretty soon. I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'd like to have one of each and just try this game. It seems pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you end up buying some. And how cool would it be? Maybe on our channel, the Cardano Ecosystem News channel, maybe there'll be a way for us to play together. Have like a private room maybe. I'm not sure. But this looks really cool. It's called Handz. It's at Handz with a Z-gang.io, or you can find it here on NextCNFT.com. The last project I've prepared for you today is a little bit out of left field. It's super creative. It's called Worlds Within. You can find it at worldswithin.io. And they've actually created these 3D world NFTs that you can purchase and actually walk around in. You can purchase your own customized planet, your own customized world, and just walk around it in virtual reality or just on your computer. I'm just going to jump in and show you that right now before we get into some of the other details. If you go to their website and click sample, they've got instructions here on how to do this in VR, but you can also just move around with your mouse or use the WASD keys to walk forward, right, left. That is so cool. And it seems to go on forever and ever. And they've got tons of these different worlds. This one is like a mushroom world with it looks like a nighttime, a black sky. But they've got all kinds of different colored worlds, some with mountains, some with a lot more interesting things in the sky. It looks like there's maybe a water world happening here. This one has some blue stuff flying around. You can see some of the screenshots here, a desert world. And so oh, wow, this is really, really interesting. I love that world. A green one here, a forest world, and you can purchase your own NFT and walk around it. Really, really, really interesting project. Now, they've got information about their team here, and you can click their Twitter pages and learn all about them. They talk about their vision and their roadmap on their main page. So in October, the website went live with an initial launch. In November, they added the Explorer and the wallet integration. But coming up in Q1, they're going to have a marketplace, an avatar system, a UI system. But check this out. In Q2 2022, multiplayer. Now, be careful. It's not exactly metaverse, at least for the first version. Their plan is for users to host their own private or public session. But you and your friends can go in and check out each other's worlds. And if you have avatars, you'll be able to see your friend and see them walking around. I love that they haven't promised too much. They have a clear plan. I think, multiplayer in Q2 is still very ambitious, but it seems like they're delivering and they got a really talented technical team here. So this is one of the projects that I think, they're not over-promising, but they're still promising some pretty amazing things. I love that it supports mobile and VR if you've got an Oculus Quest. A little bit more information on how to buy these. You can click the Buy Now link, and it'll tell you about the different pricing levels. Now, what they say is each of these tiers, it's the same type of world. And so if you want to pay more, that's just a tip that you're giving to the developers. If you want to thank them, if you want to recognize them, you can pay a higher tier, and that'll be, it looks like $8 steps. So you can give an $8 tip or a $16 tip, but it looks like the same worlds will be given. But they do have like a quota for how many they'll allow in each tier. So it looks like, once all of tier 4 is sold out at 32 ADA, then you'll only be able to pay 40 ADA. And so it's going up and up. When this launched, it was only 8 ADA per world. Already, it's done a 4x to 32. So that's really interesting. I might pick up one of these on the weekend. I got to get my Oculus Quest out of the trunk. And I'd love to actually buy a world and check it out. Really, really interesting project. It looks like you can get your own private world for 32 ADA. Tons of information on their website. They've also got a trailer video. And I was looking at this earlier. In the end, they highlight, I love this branding too, their logo. So cool. But they were highlighting a bunch of worlds here and walking through them. Some snow. Wow, just beautiful. And then some live action as well. Really cool project. Amazing vision from this team. Check it out. worldswithin.io. Maybe, I've said it before. I think once this multiplayer is out, we can have the Cardano Ecosystem News channel. I think I might host my own server. And then all of us can come in and explore our worlds together. How cool will that be? So check it out. I'm going to keep an eye on this project for sure.